And I think Tyson Fury will have to do extraordinary things to win the fight. My head would say Usyk, but I really hope that Tyson Fury can pull it off.
Eddie Hearn declares Usyk the clear favorite with no room for doubt. Frank Warren is confident in Tyson Fury, calling the first fight an epic battle between the top heavyweights of the 21st century. He felt Fury had a slight edge in the split decision and thinks the rematch will hinge on who can exploit the other's weaknesses. With both fighters knowing each other's strengths, Warren believes Fury will take advantage of Usyk's vulnerabilities to win.
I fancy Tyson in a big way. The first fight was an unbelievable fight for me. It was the two best heavyweights of the 21st century fighting each other, and they gave a tremendous performance, split decision. I thought there was a fag paper in it, and this time round, I think the fact that they've shared a ring together, the fact they know each other's strengths and weaknesses, it's going to be who can exploit them, who knows, who can capitalise on what they feel the other guy's weaknesses are, and I think that'll be Tyson.
Liam Smith picked Tyson Fury to win, but isn't sure about the rounds. His opinion could change in the week before the fight based on what he sees from both fighters. He also said he's not just agreeing with others or trying to please anyone. He's interested in how the last fight will affect Fury and Usyk.
No, I picked Fury first time round. I really don't know, honestly. My opinion might change fight week when I see a little bit more of them. But at this minute in time, no, I can't even. I don't honestly. I've never been like that either. I'm not being an ass kisser sitting on the fence either. I really don't know what pick. I don't be interested to see how much the last fight stuck out to both of them.
Adam Smith pointed out the unpredictability of heavyweight boxing, saying the rematch could feature knockdowns or even a stoppage. While many may favor Usyk after the first fight, he highlighted Fury's strengths, especially his footwork. Smith also asked if Fury can get back to his best and fully use his advantages.
Down this time. Could Fury get a stoppage? Could Usyk even get a stoppage? Or, as most people think, will it go the distance? And which way will the judges feel? I think it's close. It's a close one to call. I think probably the majority will go with Usyk just because he won the first fight. But Fury has got so many advantages too. I think one thing that could come into play is Fury's legs. What is still left there with Tyson Fury? Is he as good as he once was? Can he be as good again?
Eddie Hearn thinks Oleksandr Usyk is the favorite, but says Tyson Fury is unpredictable. He points out Usyk's skills and record, but still gives Fury a shot because of how he fights.
Fury will have to do extraordinary things to win the fight, but he's capable of doing extraordinary things. Can he do it at this stage in his career? Can he do it next Saturday? I think it'd be a great fight. I thought the first fight was going to be a stinker. One of the best fights I've seen live. So my head would say Usyk, but I really hope that Tyson Fury can pull it off.
Mark Tibbs advised Tyson Fury to take control of the center, keep Usyk on the back foot, and land the straight right hand followed by the uppercut. He pointed out that Fury had success in the first fight, but let Usyk back in with a left cross. Tibbs stressed that Fury must win the final round to secure a win or draw, and emphasized staying aggressive and sticking to the game plan for the rematch.
Well, Fury's got to get Usyk. Really, he's got to hold the centre with him and get him on his back foot as much as he can, and he's got to get the straight right hand off before the right uppercut. In my opinion, straight one beats the uppercuts, and he's got to front hand him and back him up, lift him up, bomb. He was doing really well, Tyson, and let him back in, and Usyk got his left cross off, being a southpaw. He got it off, and I was like, oh. No, it could go downhill, and it did a little bit for Fury. He needed to win that last round, like big, yeah, to get a draw or the win.
Lawrence Okolie believes Fury will win the rematch against Usyk. Looking back at their first fight, Okolie said it was close, with Fury landing solid uppercuts and body shots while staying focused. However, he thinks Fury needs to fight with more conviction and intensity in the rematch to secure a dominant win.
No, I still believe that Fury's going to win. I thought he would win the first fight. They had a really close fight. You know, Usyk did have some great moments that obviously keep getting replayed, but outside of that, you know, he was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there. But I think going forwards, he needs in this fight to just maybe do the stuff he did, but with a lot more conviction and staying on it. And I think he's got enough to sort of run ahead with it.
Callum Simpson said he expected Fury to win the first fight and is confident he'll win the rematch too. While he acknowledged Usyk as an incredible fighter, he's still backing Fury for the win.
I thought Fury were going to win the first one, to be honest, and I'm going to go for him to win that. I'm going to go for him to win the rematch as well. But Usyk's an unbelievable fighter, so we'll see.
Badu Jack thinks the rematch could end in a knockout, though he's unsure who'll get it. Looking back at their first fight, he said it was close apart from the knockdown. Jack admitted he's in Fury's corner and might be biased, but respects both fighters, calling them great champions and hopes the best man wins.
It's a good question. It's a 50. It could go. I think it's going to be a knockout this time. Really? Yeah, I don't know who, but I have a feeling. But the fight was actually, other than the knockdown, the fight was really close, very close. I was in Fury's corner with his team. Maybe I was a little biased, but you know, I like both guys. They're both great champions. May the best man win.
Terrence Crawford said the rematch will be tough and hopes the best man wins. He called the first fight a classic and is excited, expecting the rematch to be just as great.
It's going to be a tough fight, man. May the best man win. You know, the first fight was a classic, and I'm looking forward to this one being a classic as well.
Eddie Hearn backed Tyson Fury, mentioning several reasons, including his British nationality and wanting to see Fury avenge his first fight with Usyk. Hearn also expressed excitement for a potential Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight for the world heavyweight title. He stressed that if Fury beats Usyk, the pressure to make the Fury-Joshua fight will be huge, turning it into a massive event.
Obviously, I'm funking for Tyson Fury for many reasons. One, because he's British. Two, I'd love to see him overturn the first fight, and I'd love to see him fight AJ for the world heavyweight title. So I can't wait for next week, to be honest with you.
Sam Jones expressed strong support for Tyson Fury, saying he respects and admires him. He mentioned that while Fury might be the underdog this time, he fully believes in his ability to win. Jones was confident, stating he's 100% sure Fury can get the victory, and emphasized how much he wants to see him succeed.
So the first one with Tyson Fury, I want him to. I hope he does. I've got so much time for Tyson. I'd love him to win. I think he starts this time as the underdog, but do I think Tyson Fury can win? 100% I do. I really do believe that, and as I say, I really would love him to get the job done. And
Spencer Oliver is confident Tyson Fury can bounce back in the rematch, praising his intelligence and boxing skills. He suggested Fury may have underestimated Usyk's talent and power in their first fight, which led to Fury needing time to adjust. However, Oliver believes Fury has the tools to win in the second fight.
In your opinion, can he turn the tide?
Yeah, of course he can. He's got the ability, he's got the attributes to be able to do that. You know, he's got the boxing IQ. I think that he maybe underestimated Oleksandr Usyk and his strength, actually. And you know, not just his boxing ability, but Usyk took the fight straight to him, and I think that took Fury by surprise. It took him 4 or 5 rounds to get into the fight, and that probably cost him the fight. He's got the ability to be able to do it.
Pat Brown respected both fighters, praising Usyk's technical skills and describing Fury as a bigger, stronger version of a similar style. He acknowledged that while Fury did well in the first fight, he could have done better. Brown believes if Fury is at his best in the rematch, it'll be an exciting fight with Fury having a strong chance to win.
In terms of Fury and Usyk, I've always been a fan of both fighters massively. Obviously Usyk's an unbelievable technician, and so is Fury, just a bigger version. I do think going into this second one, like Fury did amazing the first one, but I felt like Tyson definitely could have done better, and that's not me writing Usyk off whatsoever. I respect him massively, but in terms of Fury, I think if he brings his A game, he's in for a treat definitely for that night.
Tony Bellew predicted Tyson Fury could face a more decisive defeat in the rematch, pointing to Usyk's ability to fight effectively on the back foot, a style that troubles Fury. Bellew explained that while Fury applied pressure in the first fight, Usyk's strength lies in his defense and counterattacks. To beat Usyk, Bellew said Fury needs to outmaneuver him with counters, feints, and better boxing technique, something Fury hasn't shown yet.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No, I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best, because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharp shoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. I was fucked after 6 rounds or 7 rounds of doing it.
Sean Porter believed Tyson Fury's size, skill, and experience would give him the edge in the rematch. He noted that Fury's reach and speed would make it hard for Usyk to impose his will. Porter also pointed out that if Fury stays focused and avoids the mistakes from the first fight, he could reverse the result and win the unified heavyweight championship.
I actually do expect him to win this rematch. I think he's bigger than Usyk, and that size advantage that he has, he, unlike most fighters, knows how to use that size, that reach, that speed. I think the whole fight will play out the way that the first half played itself out. I think the whole fight's going to go that way. A very focused and determined Fury is a quiet and relentless Fury.
Meanwhile, Gareth A. Davies analyzed Tyson Fury's mindset after his first fight with Usyk. He said Fury admitted complacency led to the round 9 moment where Usyk hurt him. Fury got too comfortable late in the fight, allowing Usyk to land a big shot that shook him. Davies called this a turning point and noted Fury's tendency to sometimes underestimate opponents.
Results, but those were the rounds 5, 6, 7 where Fury dominated, which is and that's what he was doing in those rounds, was coming forwards, hitting Usyk at range and hurting him. And if you watch the fight back, which I have a couple of times, it was a brutal war in many ways. And you know, the optics in rounds 8 and 9 were against Fury, but it's going to be an almighty tussle again. I don't think Fury can get as comfortable as he did in the ring last time. I think he got too complacent.
Fabio Wardley predicted Usyk would win again. Having sparred with both Fury and Usyk, he felt the fight's dynamics would stay similar to their first encounter. Wardley also acknowledged that Fury's preparation for the first fight was affected by a deep cut, which could have impacted his performance.
What do you think happens in this rematch? How do you sort of assess it?
I think it's a lot of the same, to be honest. I do think it's a lot of the same. I think Usyk will go into the fight like any mindset, like he has done with all of his fights, that just narrow focus, just straight on target, on point, not missing a beat, not missing a step.
Despite that, Wardley believed Usyk's disciplined approach and mental focus would continue to give him the edge. He was confident that Usyk's consistency and precision would prevail in the rematch, regardless of any adjustments Fury made.
Maybe Fury will say that, like, kind of, maybe his camp wasn't ideal, or he wasn't in the best place or the best shape, or whichever else. Who knows? He hasn't. I'm not saying that because he hasn't come out with any excuses like that since. But maybe in himself he'll think, oh, that camp wasn't great, or I did some things wrong, or because us as fighters, again, we know when you don't do things right in camp. You know when you miss a few sessions, or you've taken it easy on some sessions and things like that. So maybe the loss was what he needed to go right. Full 100% back in, and maybe he comes out differently.
Scott Welch thinks Fury's size, reach, and strength will be too much for Usyk.
It's a tough one because I believe that Fury's got the physical attributes to win comfortable. You know, he's got the reach, the height, the weight, he's got everything. But you're dealing with an undefeated southpaw who does things a little bit different. He is, you know, one hell of an accomplished fighter as well. So, you know, you're fighting the best of the best. Fury was the best of the best.
He also said Usyk's skills and undefeated record are a big challenge. Welch backs Fury to handle Usyk's style, but pointed out that both fighters have had tough fights recently, so neither will be 100% for the rematch.
It's the best of the best, and it's going to be a hell of a fight. Do I believe that he can overcome? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If anyone can do it, he can do it with his physical attributes. So, yeah, get that job done, you know, and then we go on again and see.
Lennox Lewis isn't as hopeful for Fury. He criticized Fury's performance in the first fight, saying Usyk's skills and adaptability will lead to another win for him. Lewis thinks Fury made mistakes, like not respecting Usyk's abilities and losing focus on his game plan. He believes Usyk's boxing skills are too sharp for Fury to handle and predicts another win for the Ukrainian.
I gotta ask you this. Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury, the rematch. Who wins, how do they win, and why do they win?
Well, you know, I cannot go against Usyk. Alexander Usyk has proven himself time and time again, and he's still undefeated. So it really comes down to who boxes the best, who's smart in the ring. I didn't think Tyson Fury was that smart in the first fight. I think he played around a little bit too much and allowed Alexander Usyk to really pile up the points. And Alexander Usyk is a difficult opponent. He moves all the time. He's always throwing punches. He's in great shape. And that's hard to beat. I've always said the bigger man always should win if they do the right things. So Tyson Fury has to do the right things in this fight to win. And that's use his jab, use his size, use his movement.
Agit Kabayel thinks the fight is a toss-up. While he notes Fury looks in better shape than against Ngannou, he believes fitness alone won't guarantee a win. Preparation is crucial, and if Fury brings his best, he has a shot. But Kabayel isn't fully confident, acknowledging the outcome could go either way based on how both fighters prepare.
The fight Tyson with Ngannou, Tyson was not in shape, you know. Now he is very good in shape. You see it when you see the pictures. He's Tyson's back, like same Tyson when he fight with Klitschko, you know. He's really good in shape. I think this fight was very close.
Ty Mitchell, who's worked with Fury before, believes Fury has what it takes to beat Usyk, but it depends on being fully prepared, both physically and mentally. Mitchell says Fury's success will come down to his training and approach. If Fury's in peak form, Mitchell is confident he can prove he's the better fighter.
Next week, I'm flying out to Malta next week, get some sparring in, and then yeah, I'm coming back. I need to carry on with my own camp and get back in, carry on with my camp. So I can't be with him for too long, unfortunately. But listen, with or without me, it's not gonna make a huge impact, is it? I can help him the best I can, but sparring can only do so much. He's his own man, do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm a privilege that he's asked me to come out and help him again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've missed him and I ain't seen him for a little while, so it'll be good to spend some time with him.
Vidal Riley is backing Fury, pointing to his resilience and ability to bounce back in rematches. Fury's shown he can adapt after a loss, and Riley thinks this gives him a good chance in the rematch. However, Riley also notes that Fury will need to make the right adjustments to win, and only time will tell if he can.
Fury, man. Fury. Like, I'm going with Fury. He knows how to win rematches. The track record speaks for itself. I'm going with Fury.
Tommy McCarthy acknowledges that while Fury struggled in the later rounds of their first fight, he was still ahead early on. McCarthy points out the unpredictability of both fighters, saying Usyk's late game strength is clear, but Fury has the tools to cause issues for the Ukrainian.
I don't know. The first fight, I thought the early rounds it was all Fury. Fury was looking great. But Usyk has that like unbelievable engine, so he come on strong at the end. So I thought the fight without the knockdown they gave it to Usyk, but it was kind of like a 50-50. I thought it was a kind of like a draw. So it's another interesting fight. You don't know what way it's gonna go because Usyk showed that he can be hurt by Fury. Fury showed that he has to know how to beat him, but Usyk did hurt Fury, and so I don't know. It's just a toss-up.
Adi Oladipo thinks the rematch will be an incredible fight, noting both fighters seem to be in peak condition and have likely finished their final sparring. Final preparations are underway as they head to Saudi Arabia for what's expected to be another historic battle. However, Usyk is favored to win, with many analysts ranking him among the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world.
He shouldn't. Both fighters seem in tip-top condition. Sparring should be over now. They might have one more spar, but it is a case of both of them now making their way to Saudi if they're not there already. And you know, you maybe have another spar, but not a serious one, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's just a light spar.
Liam Pero highlights Usyk's exceptional skills and ability to adapt. However, Pero emphasizes that the fight's outcome depends on Fury's performance. While Usyk is favored, the unpredictability of Fury means the result could go either way. Paro's view mirrors many in the sport, recognizing Usyk's advantages, but also acknowledging that Fury shouldn't be discounted.
The rematch, how do you think it goes down?
I honestly think Usyk's going to do it again. You know, he's a hell of a fighter. He's got to be right up there in the pound-for-pound listings, but depends what, then again, saying depends what Fury shows up. Can never count him out, so I'm excited. I'll be tuning in, and yeah, I think Usyk will get their hand raised again.
Legendary boxer Manny Pacquiao gives Fury some advice, saying his distractions and antics in the first fight could have cost him the fight. Fury must be focused, mentally sharp, and in the best shape to win back the heavyweight title. No more distraction. Former pro boxer Carl Froch thinks Usyk will keep his title. He said Fury could win, but Usyk's pace and work rate will be hard for him to beat. Froch believes Usyk's skill and control will give him the edge, and that his consistency and stamina will likely win him a decision in the rematch.
On Usyk 4, 5 and 6 in their first fight, well, their only fight, they've got the rematch before Christmas. He had Usyk in kind of trouble that I've never seen him in before. He had him hurt, hit him with an uppercut, he had him wobbled, but he couldn't maintain it, couldn't sustain it. So that's what he's got to do to beat Usyk. Stick it on him, put the pressure on him. The reason I mentioned Undisputed is because he's on the cover of that, Tyson Fury.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And he actually said, if I get beat by Usyk in the rematch, I'm relinquishing the cover shot. Usyk can then be on the cover.
Carl Froch said the rematch won't change the fact that Usyk won fairly the first time, so he's picking Usyk to win again. Froch commented, "It's not a fight we necessarily need to see. We saw all that we needed in the first fight, but rematches are very popular at the minute across the board. I'd predict a Usyk win, probably on points. I couldn't rule out the late stoppage, because if Fury does go for it as he suggests he will, he could gas out towards the end of the fight." Moreover, Carl shared that it would be great for British boxing if Fury could win, as it might even lead to a third fight, but he still had his doubts that Tyson could secure a victory. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. See you next time.